He probably doesn't even know how to use his phone. Like, next time, gang, if you go on beat, look, it's okay to beat, okay? But if you go on beat, turn your camera off and mute your mic. No way this guy got caught doing that while on a work Zoom call. Let's go.
In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera. You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there. And you, since then, have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right. Sad to say.
In October.
Yo, the job that fired him brought him back for a humiliation ritual. I would not have pulled up. Like, what? God himself couldn't pay me to do it. Did he get paid at least? Or is he trying to get his job back?
Okay, so let's start there.
Okay.
To quote Jay Leno, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much, and it was something that was inexplicable to me. I think one point, I wouldn't exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense. I didn't think I was on the call. I didn't think other people could see me.
You thought that you had turned off your camera?
Correct. I thought that I had turned off the Zoom call. Now, that's not a defense. This was deeply...
Bro, he's not real. Was he like this? Or could you like actually see his meat? Was he standing? Like, how bad was it? He was jerking to the yellow bit. Hey, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you couldn't have at least done this. Shit, if I'm gonna beat my shit, you're not gonna see what the hell is going on. You can't blame a man for getting a nut off. Sometimes you gotta get that nut off, right? But look, like, you couldn't have like went to the bathroom real quick. Why is it like immediately when they broke, you just... Yeah, he got no self-control. Now he costed himself a career that he had for 27 years. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel bad for him. He just made a mistake. Is it really that wrong to be beaten? Okay, beating on company time is a little crazy though, but they went for break. Why do you need therapy? Wait, what?
Moronic and indefensible, but I mean that is part of that is part of the story. And, you know, I have spent the 7 subsequent months, miserable months in my life, I can certainly confess, trying to be a better person. I mean, in therapy, trying to do some public service, working in a food bank, which I certainly am going to continue to do. Working on...
What does that have to do with you busting a nut, though? Going to therapy because you had an urge? Like, literally, the only thing that he can do is just apologize and just don't do that shit again. Hey, bro, stop beating for one day, and now he want to change his life. That one homie that stops gooning for a day, next thing you know, he just he starts going to therapy and shit.
Trying to become the kind of person that people can trust again.
I'm sure you've replayed that embarrassing moment over and over many times. Have you ever thought about what it must have been like to be on the receiving end of that Zoom call?
Well, I haven't just thought about it. I've spoken to several of my former colleagues at the New Yorker about it, and you know, they were shocked and appalled. I think they realized that this was not intended for them. I think they realized that this was...
Imagine being on a call. I would have been crying. I would have been dying, just like, he's not real.
Thing that I would immediately regret, as I certainly did. And
man, get this man his job back, bro. He didn't have malicious intent. He made a mistake. He's old. Do old people know how to turn off their cameras on Zoom? He probably doesn't even know how to Google shit. He probably doesn't even know how to use his phone. Like, next time, gang, if you go on beat, look, it's okay to beat, okay? But if you go on beat, turn your camera off and mute your mic. He only regretted because he got caught? Exactly. But is it really? It's not a regret though. Like, it's not, that's not a bad, why are we acting like he's doing something wrong, like he hurt somebody, or he's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's natural. And then it was on his Zoom call, so nobody even knew that it was a thing. Was it on public television? No. So they just aired him out and brought up some shit that didn't even need to be brought up. That could have been handled in HR, bro.
It was that day that I began apologizing, and that is something that...
Does he have a wife? I don't even know. I don't know who this is. Why is this even news? Why are they even talking about it? Literally, no one knew about this until now. Exactly. Say what you will about dude, but he's got balls, figuratively and, well, literally. Coming back on air to talk about it, that's not just courage. That's a man who's mastered the art of stroking his ego. Respect the hustle. Most of us can't even face the mirror after a private fumble. Working in a food bank in public service because he rubbed one out. It got funnier as the video went along, a goldmine of media history. I mean, was it really that bad? I wonder what she think. I will never understand why they thought it was a good idea to put this guy back on air, as if explaining why would make it better. Since when jerking off requires therapy, lol. Somebody must have the footage, right?